Hello everyone and welcome back to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. I'm going through now and looking at all the sort of battles from my recent streams. It's been a while since I've done these, so I apologise in advance if I forget what's happening in the battle or like forget what comes next, etc. But today we're battling against Alex, or today, it's my battle with Alex. Alex was very kind and actually gave me the extra drill and the Garchomp I'm using in this battle, just to help me get along and get some more competitive Pokemon. As you can see, half of my team is competitive, half of them are just my Let's Play team, EV trained up, so yeah, pretty much let's get on with this battle, shall we? And we can go. So yeah, it's a very good match. I guess I could say it's my first proper competitive match since I was using actually competitive Pokemon, or some competitive Pokemon. 28 turns here, so let's get started. He sends out his Greninja to start, and I send out my Malamar. I don't quite know why I was sending out my Malamar, I just thought I'd send my Malamar out. He goes straight for the U-turn, and I think this wipes me out. Excuse me if I'm wrong though, it's very likely to wipe me out though. Indeed it does, so I think I went for the superpower, not expecting it. Well, I know they carry U-turn sometimes, but I thought, it's a special, but he obviously does carry U-turn there, so unfortunately, he then gets my Malamar there, and then sends out his Horlucha. So, knowing this, I then send out my Sylveon, thinking, I'll get a good Moonblast off on it and it'll be set. He then withdraws his Horlucha and sends out his lovely friend, Steelix, who is, it's not Steelix actually. It's Armin, his Wobbuffet, sorry. I just assumed it's Steelix because it's a Steelix. I then use the Moonblast, obviously, and he does, not much damage, doesn't do a whole lot of damage there because it's obviously trained in defense and health points and stuff, this Wobbuffet, because it is a Wobbuffet. Now, he asked me before this battle whether it's alright if he could use a Pokemon with Shadow Tag. I thought, yeah, sure, go ahead, why not? And I didn't realise it was a Wobbuffet that was Shadow Tag at the moment, so at this point I was trying to switch out. Or when he encored, I was trying to switch out, but then I realised I couldn't, so I was like, oh damn it, he's gone and done, hasn't he? I shouldn't have said yes, but yeah, I managed to get the toxic off on the Wobbuffet there, so at least I can get some damage off on it without having to risk being killed by the counter or the whatever. He then switches his Wobbuffet out because he knows I'm stuck in toxic encore, so switches out to his Steelix, which obviously isn't going to get poisoned, so I'm still stuck in toxic, so I can't do anything apart from now because the Shadow Tag is gone, so I can then switch out and send out my Excadrill because I'm assuming or predicting a Steel type move, which I think indeed actually happens. Excadrill has his Air Balloon, he goes for Toxic himself, and obviously it doesn't actually affect me. He then withdraws his Steelix and sends out his Horlucha again, which is obviously going to be immune to the Earthquake I was going to use. So I was thinking about using the Rock Slide, but then I thought Earthquake. So then I switched my own Excadrill, predicting a Fighting type move, and sent out my Sylveon again. And then Horlucha goes for a High Jump Kick, and I think it does a decent amount of damage actually because it is a High Jump Kick. Yeah, just less than half, so it's not too bad. And then he withdraws his Horlucha and sends out his Steelix yet again. So it's Steelix against Sylveon again. I went for the Moonblast obviously, and Steelix is going to resist that pretty well because it's a Steelix. It's going to resist it because it's not very effective, and plus it's a Steelix. The Steelix has got leftovers, so it's going to restore a little bit of health points there. And then I withdraw my Sylveon and bring it back, and I send out my Delta, or my Charizard rather. This is still my Mega Evolution because at this point I hadn't bothered to put Garchomp on Garchomp. So yeah, my Charizard comes out and gets sent back straight away, and my Sylveon then comes out again, unfortunately. So we're now stuck back on the Sylveon again, so I think I go for another switch here. I'm pretty sure I go for another switch. Indeed I do. He obviously predicted the switch there because, he used Dragon Tail rather than another move. Obviously Dragon Tail wouldn't have affected Sylveon. So then I send my Greninja out, and a shiny Greninja, nicely donated by one of my viewers, P. Helisi, if you're out there, obviously. He then uses the Stealth Rock, rather than going for another attack or whatever. Maybe he doesn't even have any Steel type moves, I don't know. He then withdraws his Steelix and sends out his Ditto, so this is going to be very interesting. Ditto's obviously got Imposter, so that switches there. And unfortunately, I think I went for the Grass Knot actually. Yeah, I didn't go for the Scald or whatever, I went for the Grass Knot. Not really predicting a switch, but I just thought I'd go for the Grass Knot because the heaviness of Steelix, and that wipes his Ditto out because, it's a Greninja now, it's got low defenses. So then he sends out his Levi, who is his actual Greninja this time. And I go for another Grass Knot and manage to sweep him out there because, Greninja speeds. This is actually a timid Greninja, so timid 5OE Greninja, so it's going to outspeed generally. So then it sends out his Armin, his Wobbuffet again. So I know, I think, okay, hopefully I can take it out in one turn. I reckon I can have a Dark Pulse because it's super effective, but unfortunately it doesn't do a whole amount of damage, but actually flinches him, which is very lucky on my part. I'm like, yes, because obviously he would have used Magic Coat after that, I believe it would have been. Poison hits him again, so reduces his health points even more. And then obviously I go for another Dark Pulse, and I think I finished the Wobbuffet off here. Excuse me if I don't. No, I do. Okay, just off. If I hadn't finished him off, I would have been dealt some very nice damage there from Magic Coat, which is unfortunate I wasn't. So then he sends out his Ampharos, first appearance of the Ampharos. I was predicting a Mega Ampharos sort of evolution here, but he didn't Mega Evolve straight away. Probably predicting I had the Ice Beam on the set, so then I use the Ice Beam, doesn't do a huge amount of damage, and then he uses the Thunderbolt, and actually almost takes me out there. So then I withdraw my Greninja, not wanting to, knowing I can't take him out again. So I sound like my Extra, assuming another Thunderbolt, and that is indeed what I get, I think. Obviously Stealth Rocks do a bit of damage there, but the Mold Breaker and stuff doesn't matter. So I float again in my Air Balloon. He's actually Mega Evolving now for his Mega Ampharos. So, if I'd stayed in and used Ice Beam again, I probably would have taken it out, to be fair. And then he obviously has Mold Breaker himself. And tries for the Volt Switch, but it doesn't affect me, so that's where he's staying. Then he withdraws Ampharos and sends out his Hawlucha, actually. Okay, and obviously this time I think I predicted... No, I went for the Rapid Spin to get rid of the Stealth Rocks, knowing if I wanted to bring out my Charizard again, I'd have to get rid of the Stealth Rocks at some point, otherwise my Charizard would just die upon impact. Well, not exactly die, but, take nasty damage. I sent my Garchomp here, just sort of predicting a fighting type move. He then flings his Dread Plate, and does do a huge amount of damage, but then withdraws his Hawlucha again, assuming a Rock Slide or a similar type of move there, and sends out his Steelix. And I go for the Outrage, which is not going to do much damage at all, because of the not very effectiveness, which does nothing there. And obviously now I'm locked into Outrage, so I'm a bit stuck here now. I should have already gone for something like a Crunch, or possibly, well, I don't think I had Earthquake on at this point. I had, I have Iron Head, Outrage, Crunch, and something else. I don't think it was Earthquake. I think it was Rest. I don't particularly know what it was, but I didn't have Earthquake on the set when it actually came to me, so it wasn't very helpful, to be honest. So I couldn't really use Earthquake there anyway. So I'm now poisoned and confused. So I think it's no surprise when I say I switch out. I think once the poison has occurred, I think I switch out. Don't you, Garchomp? You gonna switch out? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Good, good. So then I switch out to my Charizard, I believe. I would guess, at least. So my Charizard comes out. He uses Earthquake, which is obviously not going to affect me. So, and then I'm pretty confident I'm going to be faster than the Steelix, because, Steelix are not, not immensely fast Pokemon. So then I Mega Evolve my Charizard finally. Thankfully, I got rid of the Stealth Rocks earlier in the match, so my Charizard didn't just die or lose like half of its health points upon coming out. And then I go for, obviously, the Drought activate as well, a very long Mega Evolution of Charizard Y. And then I go for the Fire Blast, which hits, and it'll come from the surprise that it actually takes out Steelix in, not really one, but yeah, takes that in that move. And there he goes. Oh yes, you would have noticed, guys, the layout isn't here. I meant to say it at the start of the match, but I got rid of the layout because I didn't really like it, to be honest. Plus, it just helps me speed up the videos, getting them out, especially since I'm going back to college next week. So I just need, a bit easier for me to get out. So I search out my Delta predicting a Thunderbolt to Excadrill, and indeed, I think he gets with the Thunderbolt. Indeed, he does. So then, obviously, I'm immune to it. He then withdraws his Ampharos again, predicting an Earthquake or similar, and sends out his Hawlucha, which is obviously going to resist it. I think this time I predicted his switch, though, and went for the Sword Stance, or at least I thought, okay, he's going to switch out, or possibly, I think I can just survive a turn. So I went for the Sword Stance. Unfortunately, he's faster, so he goes for the High Jump Kick, because this is more of a defensive Excadrill than a speedy one, unfortunately. I keep forgetting that. So unfortunately, Excadrill then dies. I should have gone for a Rock Slide, and got at least some damage on the Hawlucha anyway. Sylvia comes out, and he goes for an Acrobatics, which actually takes me out there, unfortunately, because, yeah, I was predicting a High Jump Kick, but unfortunately with the Acrobatics, because he got rid of his Dread Plate earlier in the match. Sunlight's now gone, so then I send my Garchomp out. And I don't know how many Pokemon got left. He probably, I don't even know how his battle ends up, to be honest. He used the High Jump Kick and almost takes me out. Rough Skin there does a bit more damage. Outrage I go for, and I think I take it out with Outrage. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I would guess so. Yep, there goes a Hawlucha with the Outrage. And then he obviously sends out his last Pokemon, which is Ampharos. The poison doesn't quite kill me there, which is sort of the crucial part of this match. The Ampharos comes out, and as you remember, Mega Ampharos is part Dragon. So then I go for, obviously, the Outrage again, because I'm locked in. And the Outrage actually wipes out that Ampharos. So it was a good game overall, very close actually. I'm not sure how many Pokemon I had left, as well as Garchomp. I possibly had another one left, I don't know, not without sort of looking at the match and sort of stuff. But yeah, it was a good game, Alex. Thank you again for the extra drill and the Garchomp. I think I still had Greninja around. No, Greninja was Greninja dead? I don't know. Sylveon was dead. Charizard was dead. Extra was dead. Manamar was dead. I possibly had Greninja as well. I'm not sure if I did or not though. Did Greninja die at some point? Greninja, did you die? Did you die, Greninja? I don't think it did. I think I still had Greninja in backup. I'm not sure. You have to rewatch the video, guys. You guys probably know more than I do, so yeah. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that Wi-Fi battle. More to come. Probably every 3 days I'm cycling Wi-Fi battles, showdown battles, and myths and mysteries for the moment. Obviously showdown battles I'll probably run out of soon because I don't go on showdown too often, but Wi-Fi battles I have a good amount left, or a good amount stacked up, so yeah. Thank you for watching again, guys. Hope you enjoyed the battle. Be awesome if you could leave a like, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.